Hello, and welcome to the Construction Programs and Results Incorporated newsletter. I'm Michael Stone, and as you can see, I've recovered from my treatment for skin cancer on my face, and I'm ready to get in front of the camera again. We're off to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico in about 6 weeks. A week in the sun, which will definitely help to get your attitude adjusted, especially after all the pandemic monkey motion we've put up with for the last year. Look at our website for all the details, and we hope you will join us. Now, our newsletter. Rapidly increasing material costs. When you see a rapid increase in material costs over a short time frame, quoting a firm fixed price on a job can be a problem if your contract doesn't allow for cost increases. A note came in last week asking about how to handle these material cost increases, and the writer started by letting us know how he's improved his business. He began, "Hey guys, a review. I really appreciate your work. After reading Markup and Profit last year, I changed to your more realistic markup method, and I still have a long way to go in changing my business practices, but that one change has made a huge positive impact on my business. It weeds out the low profit jobs, which finally allows me some time to work on my business. It's also forcing me to improve my sales and presentation skills with the help of your profitable sales book. Small, working contractors like me can't afford low profit work. We only get about 3,000 hours a year to make a living, and I'm working at getting that down to 2,080 hours. Thanks." That's the end of his first paragraph, and we love hearing from someone who's made changes to the way they do business and are reaping the benefits. I liked his point about avoiding a low profit work because there are only so many hours a year available to make a profit. I wish I'd thought of that. He went on to write, "An idea for an upcoming Wednesday topic, which you've already written on. Maybe you've already written on this. The lumber issue. My two go-to lumber yards are only holding pricing for a week or two. The one is raising their prices weekly. At first it was just lumber, but now it's other related items that were previously stable, like composite decking or railings, etc. I signed up a $7,394 porch replacement job in January, and the parts have gone up almost $500 since then. I'm going to buy the lumber for this project to stop the bleeding. How are guys pricing lumber-intensive projects these days? An escalator clause in the contract relating to a national lumber index? Put it on an allowance? I'm trying to figure out how to quote jobs with lumber or parts that may be purchased 2 to 6 months down the road. I'm debating passing on the additions right now and sticking to kitchens and baths." That's the end of his note. Well, you don't have to walk away from profitable jobs if you protect yourself. The easiest is a material escalation clause in your contract. We have language in our Fast Track Proposal Writer software that addresses cost increases that occur when a job isn't started within a given time frame. I reached out to a few friends for their input, and Bob Williams of Star Construction Company shared language, which includes a clause for any significant material cost increase. I think it's appropriate to include that clause as well. I'll read the clause, and you can also find it on our website at the link below. Owner understands and agrees that this contract price has been figured at current local costs of labor, materials, sub or specialty contractor, and other costs. If during the performance of this contract, the price of the material significantly increases through no fault of the contractor, or if this job cannot be started within X number of days from the date thereon, for whatever reasonable reason, contractor at his option shall be entitled to a change order increasing the contract price to include any such increases incurred." End of language. Another option is to use allowances in your contract. We explain material and installed allowance amounts in another article on our website, and we went into them in depth in one of our business building discussions last year. Links to both of those are in the descriptions below. Here's a quick definition. Allowances are a dollar amount that you include in a construction contract for a particular item. While allowances are usually given for selections that haven't been made before the contract is written, such as carpeting or countertops, allowances can also be used to cover items you consider most at risk for a significant cost increase. Your contract needs a clear definition of what an allowance is and how it's handled. I'll read the language, and you can also find it in our website. When a material allowance or install allowance amount is specified in this agreement, the following will apply. If the cost of materials exceeds the material allowance amount, then that amount will be added to the next progress payment or final payment. If the amount is less than the material allowance amount, then that amount will be subtracted from the final contract amount. If the cost of the installed allowance amount exceeds the amount specified, then that amount will be added to the next progress payment or final payment. If the amount is less than the installed allowance amount, then that amount will be subtracted from the final amount of the contract. Now, with that definition, include the allowances where you're at highest risk. For example, contractor has a material allowance amount of $5,750 for framing materials. Or contractor has a material allowance amount of $3,250 for composite deck materials. If there's a cost increase and you need more than the allowance given, write a change work order for the difference. Don't wait for the end of the job. Do it now. You don't want too many allowances because they're essentially itemizing the project, leaving yourself open to questions. Keep in mind that you need to document your original allowance amount and show the invoices for the actual materials. So, don't just throw out an allowance amount. Make sure you can back it up with a quote. Subcontractors can also be subject to cost increase. You should be getting quotes for any major subcontractor work, and if your subs experience an unexpected cost increase, they should be able to document it. You could include subcontractor quotes or an installed allowance amount, or let the material escalation clause cover any possible increases from your specialty contractors. As a reminder, put a time limit on your proposals you present. I'd make it a maximum of 3 days. If the proposal isn't signed in that time, the price can be adjusted. You don't want to hear from your client who's been holding a proposal for 6 months that they have now decided to sign it and are ready to start, especially if significant material cost increases have incurred during that time. Our Fast Track Proposal Writer software has over 1,200 paragraphs of contract language that can be used to write your contracts. You can and should customize language to suit your needs. Creating a template for most contracts will allow you to quickly write a detailed contract that protects you and your client from many of the issues that can cost you money or your reputation. We have an active Facebook group where this and many other topics have been discussed. We're doing our best to limit membership to construction-related business owners or principal employees with the goal of making it a safe place to discuss questions or issues in your business. If you aren't part of the group, apply to join and you'll be accepted if we can confirm your qualifications. Again, the link is on the description below. One last comment. We aren't attorneys and can't give legal advice. We don't know the laws and regulations where you do business. So, edit or adjust this language as you wish. And be sure to have your attorney read and approve this and any other contract language you use, whether you find it in our software, in our newsletters, or on our website. Thanks again for watching our newsletter, and may the profits be with you.